Hello, and welcome to the ERwin Data Modeler R8 technical video series. This is Bulk Editor and Bulk Editor Wizard overview. The Bulk Editor was implemented in R8 to provide a single area in the user interface to edit a small set of properties over a large number of objects. Changes and updates are immediately committed as you make them, field by field. The Bulk Editor occupies a pane similar to the Model Explorer or Action Log, and can be resized, rearranged, or floated above or beside the application. The Bulk Editor includes the Bulk Editor Wizard that lets you change the object instances and properties that appear in the Bulk Editor. Since the Bulk Editor is empty when you first open ERwin, we'll cover the wizard first. Click the Bulk Editor Wizard button on the toolbar to open the wizard to define the objects and properties that you want to work with in the Bulk Editor. The Bulk Editor Wizard contains 6 panes that provide you with options to define how model object and properties should display in the Bulk Editor. The Overview pane simply provides a high-level overview of working in the wizard. The red flags beside the Object Types and Object Instances links indicate that you must make selections in these panes. Use the Object Types pane to select the objects to use in bulk editing or reporting. This list includes types that have an instance in the model. Object types display as rows in the Bulk Editor. Even if you select all objects, you can reduce the overall list that displays in the Bulk Editor by choosing specific object instances. Select the properties that you want to view for the objects you selected in the Object Types pane. The property types display as columns in the Bulk Editor, with property names as the column headings. Only properties that are common to all the selected object types are shown and do not include any internal properties. The Object Instances pane lists all of the objects selected in the Object Types pane. This is where you can expand an object in the hierarchy and select the instances that occur in the current model that you want to display in the Bulk Editor. Rearrange the list of objects, row order, and properties, column order, so that they display the way you want in the Bulk Editor. Selections you make here override any reordering you may have done within the Bulk Editor. However, once the wizard is closed, you can still reorder rows and columns inside the Bulk Editor. Define additional Bulk Editor behavior in the User Settings pane. Click Edit to close the wizard and view your selections in the Bulk Editor. Use the Option Set toolbar on the Object Types, Property Types, or Object Instances pages to save your selections as an option set. Option sets can be saved with a model or saved as an XML file to use with other models. This saves you time because you do not need to make your selections every time you use the Bulk Editor. You can simply open a saved option set to populate the selections. If you save your option set as an XML file, only object and property type selections are saved. This is because XML files can be shared across models, and object level information is specific to the current model only. The toolbar on the Object Types, Property Types, and Object Instances panes lets you specify how each list of items should be filtered. The Bulk Editor Wizard is used to make your object and property selections that populate the Bulk Editor. Whenever you need to change these selections, you must click the Bulk Editor Wizard button on the Bulk Editor toolbar. Use the Option Sets feature to save your object, property, and object instance selections for reuse. Use the toolbar on each of the panes to control the list of items shown. Bulk Editor features include editing properties, invoking a property editor, deleting objects, export to and import from an external source in CSV format, bulk changes, editing data outside of ERwin using the clipboard, and reporting of model data. While in the Bulk Editor, use the toolbar for easy access to features. These include navigating to the previous or next object, undo-redo actions, import model updates from a CSV file, save selected rows to CSV, copy rows to the clipboard, paste from the rows in the clipboard into the Bulk Editor, open the wizard, delete objects, open an object's property editor, invoke online help, or filter the display. Objects are ordered by clicking on any column heading to sort the data by that column. You can use the mouse in the Bulk Editor to select a column heading and drag it to another location. You can specify the order in which information displays using the Bulk Editor Wizard, which overrides any ordering performed in the Bulk Editor. However, once the wizard is closed, all ordering is performed in the Bulk Editor grid. Use the bulk editor to directly edit objects or properties. In this example, we'll change the name of a table to Customer. Any changes you make in the bulk editor are immediately applied, as you can see after the table was renamed. This means that bulk changes are possible without the need to open each object's property editor. Making a change to an object or property propagates that change throughout the entire model. You can open an object's property editor from the bulk editor. In this example, we'll select a table and click the toolbar button to edit the selection. This opens the table editor. Another feature includes the ability to edit model data outside of ERwin. Use the row-level copy and paste feature of the bulk editor to copy selected rows in the bulk editor to the clipboard, which can then be pasted into another spreadsheet program such as Microsoft Excel. This makes it easier to share the data for editing property values, especially if another person on your team needs to perform the edits and does not have access to ERwin. The bulk editor uses a special text format, so each row and column is unambiguously identified and can be pasted into Microsoft Excel. When editing work is complete, you copy the updated rows to the clipboard for pasting back into the bulk editor. ERwin checks to ensure that the data types of the pasted cells match the required data type for each property. You can create your own report of objects and properties in your model. After you have made your selections in the bulk editor wizard, you can select and copy all row data into another program, such as Microsoft Excel or Word. After copying the data, save or print the file for sharing or documentation purposes. You can also save your selections as option sets to use specifically for creating reports. For example, you can name an option set All Entities in the Customer model so that you know that this is the option set to use when you need to run a report on the entities in the Customer model. After copying the data, save or print the file for sharing or documentation purposes. The bulk editor is an integrated feature similar to a spreadsheet that is intended to provide you with a configurable and editable view of model metadata. Its ability to perform bulk changes across many objects and properties, reporting, and export of data for updating outside of ERwin make the bulk editor an invaluable tool for modelers.